his autograph.
The whole Jason Mania thing was outrageous. You couldn't go anywhere without his face on something. His face was on everything.
Wherever Jason went, screaming and fainting fans followed. But there was only one woman in Jason's life. Kylie Minogue, who played Charlene in Neighbours.
Now I've got everything.
The couple first appeared on screen together as children in Aussie drama series Skyways when they were just 11 years old.
Did you have a good time last night?
I did. Robin was sick.
I was not.
It was a pizza where Dad took us. She's not used to it.
Neither is he.
Well, did you enjoy it anyway?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the cheese was fantastic. Christy liked it.
Oh, Christy can't eat.
She can, so.
Then, 8 years later, 19 million of us tuned in to watch Jason and Kylie tie the knot in Neighbours' most popular ever episode.
Between Scott and Charlene, the relationship became quite iconic.
But the magic wasn't just on screen. Jason and Kylie were a real-life couple. They were in love and seemed made for each other.
They were working together all the time. They were young and they were beautiful. Why not?
But the couple were often apart performing, especially once Kylie's career had taken off big time. And it was while she was away touring in Japan that Kylie phoned Jason to end their relationship.
I don't know what caused the split. I never asked them, never wanted to ask. But Jason was hurt.
Great. Love it.
You and Kylie obviously became this world iconic couple. What was the moment when you realised
there was something more?
Yeah.
I think she chased me initially, and then, you know, I guess I gradually gave in, and one thing led to another, and, you know, the next thing you know, we were sort of working and having this relationship. And
there is a suggestion, a very strong suggestion, that you cemented things together in a Sydney travel lodge during a Neighbours promotional tour.
That might be true, actually. That
you can confirm that.
I think that is absolutely true. I think there was a number of promotional trips that the people from Neighbours would do each weekend around Australia, and I think the Travel Lodge was the place. Well done, Piers.
You're such a romantic.
Yeah. The Travel Lodge in those days was a really posh place, though.
Alan Partridge would be proud of you.
Yeah, he would.
The other suggestion, for years and years, has always been, I have to be blunt here, Jason, did you lose your virginity to Kylie Minogue? That's not true?
It's a very personal question, Piers, I have to say.
It's a good, juicy question, isn't it?
That's not true.
Not true?
100% not true.
What was the moment that you knew you were in love with her?
I think the real realisation that one was in love was, you know, as I began to see her blossom.
I mean, that's the most painful kind of love, isn't it, really?
Well, particularly for a young man, you know, because you think you're the sort of the success story and you're going to be the sort of the breadwinner and come and live with me, you know. And suddenly, you know, she's off on a sort of a different course. I mean, we did live together for sort of period of about 6 to 8 months.
Was this the first time you'd really been in love with someone?
Absolutely, and it was you know, I mean, that is a very powerful emotion to have, coupled with the fact that, you know, you were the most successful, most talked about couple in Australia, which was, you know, our backyard at the time. I mean, there was a lot of arguments too. It wasn't an easy relationship, and I think that had a lot to do with the fact that, you know, we were working together and.
What did you argue about?
We argued a lot about her wanting to go off and do other things, I think, you know, her independence. It was jealousy, pure jealousy.
When you got married in the show, did part of you hope in that moment this was going to happen for real? But had you identified her?
Probably at the time.
She was the one for you?
Probably, yeah.
When she broke up with you, did she tell you why?
No.
You found out later why? And there's no doubt, really, I guess now...
Well, it was over the papers, you know, about 3 weeks later.
She'd been seeing Michael?
Correct. Well, they went to a premiere of her her movie called The Delinquents. You know, there's that iconic shot of her and Michael walking in, and it was really sort of, you know, rubbing my nose in it.
I mean, was that the moment you realised exactly what had been happening and why she had...
I think that was a visualisation, yeah.
The catalyst, many assume, and you can clear this up if you like, but there was a party, an after-show party, and you were together with Kylie, but she spent most of the evening flirting with it.
We went and saw an INXS concert in Sydney, and this was at the peak of INXS.
And you loved INXS.
Oh, I love them. I wanted to be Michael Hutchence, you know. We went and saw the show, and they invited us back to the hotel room, and I remember they were in this massive limo, you know, and we'd hired this sort of little Ford Fiat, or, you know, tiny car, and we kept driving past this limo at the lights.
Was not a single part of you thinking alarm bells here, that you're in your little jalopy following a limo to Michael Hutchence's hotel suite with beautiful Kylie? I mean, this is a dangerous situation, isn't it?
Obviously, in hindsight, yes, you're absolutely right. And probably at the time, you know, I wasn't particularly happy about it. But, you know, the whole Michael thing, you know, I mean, you know, that was a tough blow to happen. You know, Pete is right in the sense that, yes, I did receive a phone call. I was in New York, she was in Japan.
Did you try and win her back?
I think initially.
After the phone call?
Yeah.
But she was having none of it?
Yeah, she wasn't having any of it.
I mean, it's a double blow, isn't it? Because the woman you love has dumped you, but also you're now finding out she's going out with this rock god who you actually...
Wanted to be. Yeah,
ironically.
Tough, yeah. And I took it hard, you know. It was sleepless nights and sort of, you know, it was tough. It was really tough. But what doesn't break you makes you stronger.
Let's go back to when you first landed the part of Scott Robinson, 1985. To us watching in Britain, I used to watch it like Gary Barlow, sometimes twice a day. I was an addict.